Let's see what's on.
That's it for this week. Stay tuned for an all-new episode of the ROE Show, coming up after these commercial messages. We now return to the useless conversations between me, I, and myself.
Oh, hey, myself. How's it going, man?
Oh, not bad. Considering the Toronto Maple Leafs are the best team in the NHL.
No way.
No shot, man.
Yeah, they're 4-0. No team's better than them.
So no team is better than them? What about Detroit?
Yup.
Dallas?
You know it.
What about Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins?
Pittsburgh who?
Boring.
What?
Wow, that's stupid.
Are they better than Anaheim?
What else is on? Commercial, movie. Ooh, what's this?
Same herbal tea? Why not try the 4-0 Leafs? These are very young tea leaves that have been conditioned for years to deliver the grittiest, fastest, and most exciting tea on the market. Don't be fooled by imitators. Only the 4-0 Leafs can create the taste
That is
of
good
perfection
tea.
suitable for drinking. Beware though, the following groups cannot handle the 4-0 Leafs: Canadians, Senators, Penguins, and Rangers. To get best taste, make sure to drink out of a Lord Stanley type mug. The 4-0 Leafs. No other tea is better. The defending Stanley Cup champion Chicago Blackhawks.
Leafs are better.
You are now watching The ROE Show.
Oh, sweet. The ROE Show's on next. Yes.
Hello everyone, my name is Ivan Tresnik, and you're watching The ROE Show, the online phenomenon that now is apparently available on cable television. Now, if you saw this video through LeafSpace and are new to my episodes, normally every week I would take a different interest from my list of interests and I would discuss the shit out of it. But after doing an NHL preview video last week, I thought, why not stick with my love for hockey and the Toronto Maple Leafs? So that's what I'm doing. Now, from what you saw from the commercials portion that aired right before this, this won't be a typical SportsCenter type show with in-depth coverage and analysis. I will, however, talk about what the Leafs did between Monday and Sunday every week, but with my own style and flair. You'll just have to watch this show to see what I'm talking about. So, let's get into it. I just want to say right off the bat that this episode was supposed to go up before the Leafs lost to the Islanders the other night. Obviously because I made reference to their 4-0 start. Actually, I'll just take blame for jinxing their perfect season so far because I don't think there's a single other Toronto hockey fan that would have got excited by this quick start and prematurely started planning the Stanley Cup parade route or anything like that. Like, that never would have happened. Not here, no. It'd be kind of stupid. That thing's been planned since 1968. It is pretty upsetting that they lost though the other night because they did have quite the comeback, which actually prompted me to stand up out of my chair and scream, "Suck it, Rolson," after Kessel tied it up late in the game. But that was to no avail as they ended up going to overtime and lost because of a stupid, questionable penalty call. However, let's talk about the positives though. So far, the Leafs have 9 points in 5 games. It took them 50 or so games to get to that point last season. I think that's accurate. They're not only on top of their division, which they haven't won since the 2000-2001 season, but they're also leading the East and the league standings. How cool is that? That means someone could walk up to you, name any team in the league, and you could be like, "Psh, Leafs are better." Are they better than Ottawa?
Please.
Thank God. The New York Rangers
Suck.
Okay, there's no shot, no way the Leafs are better than Washington Capitals.
Way better.
Now I know I should probably calm down because it is only 5 games into the season so far, but I just can't help get that feeling, you know? That feeling that you probably got when Kessel tied it up late in the game against the Islanders, or the feeling you get when Mike Brown just makes a fool out of other defensemen with his ridiculous speed, grit, and forechecking ability, which are without a doubt magical powers given to him by that mustache of his. You know, that feeling that just tells you this team won't roll over and die like in previous years. Like, if you have the same passion for the Maple Leafs as I do, then you probably already know what I'm talking about, and I don't need to remind you. I just can't help thinking about it, you know? Thinking how awesome it would be to have a team to cheer for come mid-April and August. That was wrong again. Mid-April and May. Because right now, even 5 games in, I'm pretty much living vicariously through the Leafs. So just imagine if they start making a playoff run, I'll probably be in heaven, like, as I'm sure most of you will be too. And actually, speaking of that, like, I actually saw this interview that Cabby did with Chris Versteeg, which aired last night on The Score. And it just made me have like that kind of same feeling, because he talked about his experience winning the Stanley Cup. And now just thinking how he's with the Leafs, and maybe he could just bring some of that magic over to our team this year. So here's a little clip from that interview.
I remember the first thing when I got down the tunnel was you had the super soaker already, and we were filling that baby up with some champagne. And the first thing I wanted to see when I got in that room was the cup. And one song that was on was "All I Do Is Win" by T-Pain. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough.
Pretty cool, eh? I probably watched that thing like 5 times already. It just gives me the chills every time. And when that T-Pain song comes on, I'm probably kind of late to discovering that song. I think it came out a while ago, but that would definitely get me jacked up before any game. So download that song if you get the chance. T-Pain, All I Do Is Win. Also, another song that probably gets me just as jacked up is Your Betrayal by Bullet for My Valentine, which I discovered after buying NHL 11 because it is on the soundtrack. So check those 2 songs out if you want to get jacked up before a game. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I wanted to do before I end this segment was talk about what I discovered or learned from the Leafs game this past week against the Pens, Rangers, and Islanders. First of all, Jonas the Monster Gustafsson had a pretty stand-up performance in his season debut in net. He did have a couple shaky goals that he let in, probably due to the fact that he only faced 5 shots in the first period and went some long stretches of the game without seeing any action.
I wonder if I'll get chosen for Battle of the Blades next season. Well, they've been in that end for a very long time. I wonder if anyone would notice if I just fell asleep.
And yes, if you're wondering, that is how Jonas Gustafsson sounds in real life. Second, it took 4 games for Sidney Crosby to score his first goal of the season. And from what I've heard, that was caused by him being distracted from other players constantly asking him for free handouts of products from the companies he sponsors. Now, you'll be surprised, actually. It wasn't people asking for truckloads of Gatorade or for free Reebok equipment.
Okay, Francois, there he is. Play it cool. Oh, Sydney, come. Oh, get the puck, yes. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you still hook me up with some Dempster's bread?
Yeah, apparently I heard that Dempster's bread is just how mother used to make it back in Quebec when Francois was a little boy. Don't quote me on that. Okay, number 3. The Toronto Maple Leafs love to pester Sean Avery.
Sean. How's it going? Sean, hey, remember me? I used to play with you. Where are you going? Okay, I'll just catch you later.
Number 4. Phil Kessel is the man. That's it, actually. I just freaking love Phil Kessel. Number 5. If Chris Versteeg is to get out of this mini scoring slump he's in right now, I think he needs to do it in style, like make some kind of Mark Messier prediction or something like that.
Hey Pittsburgh, no big deal or anything, but I'm about to score on you guys. Hey, good talk. See you later. And boom goes the dynamite.
Now I know Versteeg didn't score against the Pens this past week, but when he does get out of his slump, I would imagine it looking something like that. And lastly, I wanted to say something about how Clark MacArthur is awesome and has started off the season amazing, but he doesn't play for the Leafs in NHL 11s, so yeah. Clark MacArthur's amazing. Alright, so coming up on next week's show, I'm going to be talking about the Leafs games versus the Rangers and the Flyers. and I'll probably stick a floating head in there somewhere too. For those of you who were kind of confused as to why my head was in a drawer earlier on the segment, I've posted a link down in the description section of this video to a Alexander Ovechkin CCM commercial, which should clear things up for you. Also in the coming days, I will be posting a video on how I made some of those sketches and some of the outtakes from creating this episode. Before I end things off, I just want to give a little question of the show. I'm in the market to buy a Leafs jersey, and I want to get one of a current Leaf player. So if you were to buy a Leafs jersey right now of a current Leaf player, which one would you do? And you can say why if you want. Please leave the comments down below here on YouTube, or feel free to leave them on my Facebook, or hit me up on Twitter. I will be posting all that information of where you can find me at the end of the show. As well, I've posted a link to that Cabby and Chris Versteeg interview that's on the score down below in the description section as well. As always, click up here to see my latest episode of The ROE Show, and click right up here to subscribe to my YouTube channel, so you can be notified every single time I post a new episode. That's it. For all of us here at the ROE of Excellence, you stay awesome. Straight up awesome.